At St. John Brebeuf, we celebrate each individual's strengths, and in doing so, each individual can be amazing. We started implementing strengths last year at the beginning of the year. We assembled a group of grade 7 and 8 students, and we decided that we were going to start strengths with the students. We didn't even tell the staff about it, so myself and a colleague worked with the grade 7 and 8 students. They did the survey. We facilitated a one-day leadership retreat where we focused on strengths and really spent some time getting to know ourselves. From that, the students really got a good picture of who they were, what their clear strengths are, and then they were provided with lots of opportunity throughout the year to use those strengths.
The change your words, change your mindset approach is just giving kids the skills, the understanding that they have the ability, they have the strength, they have the know-how to do math in particular. In my case, if we simply change our vocabulary, we can address some of those needs and become a bit more resilient in sticking it out. I found that the most positive results came from having students identify their strengths, but even more so having other students identify the strengths that they perceive in their classmates. I found that the level of confidence and support and a sense of belonging and community increased significantly when students were able to recognize in others what they see. So that's been a huge change in my classroom in particular.
So when we know our own strengths, we can build on them. We can use them to make us better. And I think it makes us better teachers. I think it makes us better students. I can see the kids identifying strengths in each other. I can see them identifying strengths in themselves and being really proud of themselves. I know that it's having an impact on their self-confidence. When we started the year, there were a lot of kids that were pretty negative about math, and we changed the culture of how we talk to ourselves about how we do things in the classroom. So we're not negative, and we don't put ourselves down. We try to think of ways that we can do it, try to think a little bit outside the box, try to different strategies, and because they're identifying those strengths within themselves, they are getting more confident, whether it be kindness or bravery or optimism, resilience. I feel really passionately about the learning skills. I think the learning skills are probably the most important part on the report card. It's the stuff that's going to carry the kids throughout their life that's going to make them successful. So we talk a lot about the learning skills. We talk a lot about how we can improve on our learning skills, what we can do just in little ways that can make a big difference.
Some of my strengths are being dedicated, smart, and I'm a really good friend. We have the wall of strengths. Every day for 28 days, we had a piece of paper and you would write at least 3 strengths of every person. And then Miss Knorr did some wordles, and these are what your friends were writing about you.
They expect to hear something from another adult, something great about them, but when they have a classmate tell them something that they're really good at, it's almost like it means more. They like to work together that way too, so that they can help each other grow from those sorts of things. Conflicts can flip on a dime. The next minute they decide to work out their conflict and they're praising each other, and then they're working together on the next goal. So it goes up and down throughout the day, but it's going back and recognizing that they're recognizing each other's gifts, and that when they make a mistake, because we all go back to forgiveness a lot in our classroom, we acknowledge that we all make them and that we're okay to make a mistake as long as we're learning from them, and we can forgive them and remember that we didn't do it on purpose. We're just trying to be the best that we can be and keep going from there.
My boys have always been very helpful, but they've started to do a little bit more, or they bring their experiences that they've had at school home with them, which I think in turn challenges them to be better at home as well, you know, a little bit better behaved, you know, helping to clean up a little bit more, things like that.
So we were engaged in an activity whereby students had to address their strengths or identify and verbalize their strengths. And at the elementary level, I found that they had some struggles doing this. They often identified talents that they had. They were really good at hockey, or they usually identified a sport. So the process of supporting them and understanding that, yes, you may be good at a sport, but what is it that makes you good at the sport? What's the strength? What is it that makes you excel at hockey? Is it your determination, your persistence? And those are the types of things that we've been working through in my class to have them understand better what it is that they have, that they bring each and every day from their past experiences that build them up, that help them to, engage in life's battles and complications in a more effective way.
And we're still using a lot of the language, and it started with our cardinal character traits, which you see behind me here: citizenship, action, respect, determination, integrity, never giving up, to aspire, love, sharing. And so those were the foundations that I inherited when I got here. So it was so easy to build on that in starting, to really focus on going a little bit deeper with our strengths and really looking at fine-tuning based on the 24 strengths. Our kids really know, and they're really starting to understand what they're amazing at. I wouldn't say we're all the way there, but we're on a journey right now of infusing and using that language as much as we possibly can so that it becomes the student's language as well.